This is the first time in weeks I've actually even wanted to wear something other than a t-shirt or a sleeveless. It has been so hot. But finally a nice cool evening. Do a little tripod shooting. It's probably some of my favorite ways to set up a varminting kind of rig is just make it kind of a tripod setup, which my little 16-inch 457 is an excellent option for that. It's kind of my go-to varminter because it's so compact, and having an optic that can do long range, which I've already shown in my reviews, an optic that can do true long range. But also can do really close. This parallax goes down to 15 yards, which is awesome. I'm shooting at 75 right now, but an optic that can go to 15 yards is very useful when you're doing some varminting and when you're shooting around like buildings and structures and things you want to be really careful about, and you need to know exactly where your rounds are going and not going. It's just nice to be able to be, technically very safe with that near parallax. And I do test out my rounds for different kinds of rifles, and I'll shoot them as close as 10 yards, even center fire, just so I know exactly where to hold if I am going to take a shot on something and I'm going to get passed through. Obviously, I want to know where those bullets go, but I also want to know that I'm going to hit the vitals of any varmint I shoot, even though there's just so many striped gophers, and I hate the dang things, but I don't like making animals suffer, so I try to put them out of their misery pretty quick. This is, again, the Atibal Stealth 4-24, and I think this is a really big upgrade on the, on the first one. I like this quite a bit. Now I'm shooting some ammo I'm not zeroed for. That's actually why I'm out here right now. I wanted to see where this hits. This is some, I think it's American Eagle suppressor ready ammo. It's actually copper plated stuff, which I almost never shoot anymore. All right. I do like finding a good load that basically matches the zero that I had anyways, so my data for that was pretty much the same as what I normally shoot, which is my Norma. The light is pretty minimal right now. It's always kind of blown out in the background. That's just because of the editing software and the way that I film the videos, but actually it's dark out. It's only a few minutes before, technical sundown, and if you can kind of see it on the horizon a little bit there in the background. So I do need good light collection, and I'm looking for little tiny targets, these little tiny striped gophers which barely sit above the grass. And so the nice thing about this optic is it does have up to 24 power, but I can also go down to 10. And I think I would take shots on a varmint on 4 power if it was real close, but I wouldn't have to because I have that 15-yard parallax. So 9-10 power is comfortable right there. Tracking is reliable. It's exactly where I need it to be. Absolutely love this tripod. This is the Sunway Photo 3240 CSL. So I've done a review of both tripods now, and hopefully this one is posted. But this is a very good tripod in general. And this combination right here is a killer setup for raccoons, varmints, even just shooting long range if you're in a place where you have weeds and that kind of thing and you need lots of elevation. Your optic has lots of elevation. and you are using a smaller caliber like a 22. Well, anyways, I digress. People have asked, what do I have the stealth on? Well, this is what it's on right now. I like this setup because it's got an adjustable stock on it. So depending on if I'm shooting it or my daughter's shooting on it, I can bump it forward so that the eye relief is good for her. This is a type of optic. It doesn't have a huge amount of space here. And so technically I need a shorter stock than usual. If the eyepiece went back quite a bit further, I would be running it out further and further, but actually most of us shoot it closer, and I myself, even though I'm 6'5", I'm only shooting it right about here. But this is where I call home for a while with the stealth, and we'll hopefully bag a couple critters here if I stop shooting and quiet for a little bit. Maybe I'll have some pictures to post over on Instagram. If you haven't followed me there yet, go over to Instagram and look me up, Gun-Toting Minnesotan, and sometimes you'll see a sneak peek or first look before I ever publish anything to YouTube. Thanks to Atibal Optics for making stuff that doesn't suck, and hopefully helping me get some kills really soon.